Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
Colonel Don Porter and Scott Millar are the current North Carolina Economic Developers of the Year. The award winners recently stopped by our studios to talk about the honor and the challenges county budgets face in the current economy. Scott Millar, Colonel Don Porter, welcome to North Carolina Now.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, first of all, to the both of you, because you are the co-recipients of the North Carolina Economic Developers Association's Economic Developer of the Year. That's a mouthful, but congratulations once again. And Scott, I'll start off with you. What was your initial reaction?
Well, certainly it was a proud moment for me as in my career, and to share it with the gentleman that I've always thought well of, Don Porter.
Don, your thoughts?
Same as Scott. A personal honor for me and Scott, but also for both of our great communities as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about some of the accomplishments that have been going on in Hoke County. Now, you're responsible for bringing the clean burn fuels plant, the ethanol plant, to Hoke County.
Yes.
What was your approach in getting a company of that magnitude, a $100 million facility, to come to Hoke County?
The first thing was we had the property, we had the site, but we also had rail. Our local rail department was able to do what they call dual rail serve, and of course that was pretty well much the long pole in the tent. So we were able to put the property on the table as an investment, and of course the rest was history.
So Scott, in Catawba County, you were focusing on data center development, which actually led into the Apple data center locating in Hoke County in Maiden, and ending up with a capital investment of $1 billion. Now, talk about this approach. Why did you decide to use this particular approach?
Well, in 2006, we started learning about the opportunities behind a data center. What is a data center? It's just a collection of high-intensity electrical gobbling sort of equipment. And we realized that the infrastructure that had been put into place for manufacturing of textiles and furniture over the years was going to provide us an opportunity to recruit large and electric intensive users, of which data centers certainly are. And that's really gave us an opportunity that we thought we needed to take advantage of.
Now, stepping back, a question for the both of you, especially looking at your individual counties before landing these big companies. What was it like? Well, Don, what was it like in Hoke County as far as economic development?
Absolutely enthusiasm, because when you were talking about $100 million for the tax base and 100 good paying jobs, that's excitement for everybody, and we were just excited about it.
What was it like prior to clean burn fuels coming to Hoke County?
Solid. What we have done is, since day one, we have provided the people with a solid existing industry. It's good to go out and get the big plants like clean burn, but it's most important to take care of those people who have been there for many years, like our existing industry have done over the past years.
And Scott, looking at Catawba County, what was it like before Apple ended up landing there?
Well, certainly the downturns that occurred in 2001, 2002, and then sort of the middle of the century or the decade were discouraging, but everyone has always tried to take advantage of an opportunity. When you got lemons, you got to make some lemonade sometimes. And our leadership stood behind the opportunities that we were trying to develop, and ultimately it ended up in a good way, obviously.
You were talking about lemonades. Now, since you've had Apple to come into Catawba County, has that been sort of a catalyst for other companies settling in the county?
Well, absolutely. Within that data center group world, it seems as if now that it has been validated, you know, Google's right up the street, Apple, now Facebook down the street, so to speak, and every it seems that every chief technology officer in the United States sort of thinks, we need to look at North Carolina because we've got the 3 biggest tech companies in the world that have made that decision. If you've got a McDonald's on one corner, chances are you're going to have a Burger King and a Hardee's and everything else, and that's certainly happening here in North Carolina.
And Don, looking at Hoke County and clean burn fuels, has that been able to attract more businesses into the county?
Absolutely. There's already a trucking firm that has put a trucking terminal there, but there are also at least 3 other alternative fuels companies that are looking there as we speak to relocate just based on the fact of what we've done with clean burn fuel.
Now, one thing I have to admit, and this just happened recently, that Clean Burn Fuels had to file for Chapter 11, basically because of the increase in corn prices. But despite looking at this, do you still see a future that's going on with Clean Burn Fuels? Absolutely.
First of all, we do hope that the corn prices do drop so that they are able to get back into the production, because it is a solid company. But at the end of the day, regardless of what happens to Clean Burn Fuels, in the future, someone is going to be making ethanol in Hoke County, North Carolina.
And a question to both of you, and Scott, I'll start off with you. During these economic times, actually, both of you have been able to thrive during these challenging economic times. But there are still some counties in North Carolina who are still struggling right now. What type of advice would you have for those counties, especially what type of mindset do they need to have in order to attract business and industry to their individual counties?
I think you need to pick a horse and run with it. Just as Don and I have, or our counties have done, is chosen a track and worked it so that the community is behind that track. The opportunities within businesses in that field, or they're going to look at us because we've developed that and made that track easy for them. And I think that's what every community needs to do, is sort of pick your strong suit and run hard with it. That doesn't mean you can't get other investment elsewhere, but pick something and run with it.
Don, your thoughts?
I agree totally with Scott. And at the same time, you want to make sure that you are proud and happy of what you are. I have no problem with telling people where Hoke County is located halfway between Pinehurst and Fayetteville. Oh, by the way, we have Fort Bragg in our back door, and that makes it very, very attractive. And when we are talking to companies, we want to make sure that they know that these are the reasons that they can come to Hoke County and prosper.
Colonel Don Porter, Executive Director of the Rayford-Hoke County Economic Development Commission, and Scott Millar, President of the Catawba County Economic Development Corporation, and both of you are the co-recipients of the North Carolina Economic Developers Association's Economic Developer of the Year. To both of you, congratulations and continued success to the both of you.
Thank you.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.